name is Holly Chang, and I'm the founder of the Golden Bridges Foundation. I'm so excited to see so many distinguished guests here tonight to the Beijing launch of Project Pengyou. Today, we're so honored and excited to welcome Ambassador Gary and Mrs. Locke to our event. The ambassador had several engagements tonight and will need to leave a little bit early. However, we're so grateful that he made our event a priority tonight. Ambassador Locke was officially sworn in on August 1st, 2011, and assumed duty on August 13 as the U.S. Ambassador to China. Previously, he served as the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, where he presided over a 17% increase in U.S. exports and 32% increase in exports to China. And before his appointment to the President's Cabinet, Ambassador Locke served 2 terms as Governor of Washington, the nation's most trade-dependent state. He expanded the sale of Washington products and services by leading 10 productive trade missions to Asia, Mexico, and Europe. During the 8 years of the Locke administration, Washington State gained 280,000 jobs despite 2 national recessions. Ambassador Locke's grandfather emigrated from China to Washington State, initially finding employment as a servant, working in exchange for English lessons. His father, also born in China, was a small business owner operating a grocery store where Ambassador Locke worked while receiving his education from Seattle's public school system. Ambassador Locke earned a bachelor's degree in political science from Yale University and a law degree from Boston University. He is married to Mona Lee Locke, and they have 3 children together, Emily, Dylan, and Madeline. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first Chinese American to serve as Ambassador to China, Gary Locke.
Thanks, Holly. I heard the cheers for BU and for Yale, so...
Go Harvard.
Well, that's right. Mona's from Berkeley. Go Cal Bears. There you go. Didn't quite beat Stanford in the big game this year. Came close. Came really close. But really, it's great to be here and to help celebrate the launch of Project Pengyou. And I really want to thank Holly, the head of Project Pengyou, and also really just to congratulate all of you here in attendance tonight who have donated your time, your expertise, and your hard-earned money to really help this program succeed. In today's rapidly changing world, there's perhaps no more important or consequential relationship between countries as between the United States and China. And virtually all global challenges will require the active cooperation and partnership between the United States and China if we are to succeed in tackling those issues. Another way to say it is that virtually nothing in the world that really is of consequence today can be solved without the active participation and partnership of China and the United States. And as you know, this challenge, this relationship, is challenging, it's complex, and it's multifaceted. Americans with on-the-ground experience in China are our nation's most important asset in managing the complexity of that relationship. And this important asset is you. You're not the average American. And you came to China, you've taken on new challenges, explored a very different world than what you're used to. And this was courageous and very forward-looking. In fact, I am so much in awe of all of you who have been in China for many, many years. And shortly, I know, we'll be hearing from some of you, your alumni, colleagues, and friends, who are really just doing some amazing work here in China. I may hold the official title of U.S. Ambassador to the United States. I may hold the official title of U.S. Ambassador to China. But you are the everyday, real ambassadors for our country. And by studying and working in China, you developed a very unique set of skills, tools, as well as perspectives for diplomacy and engagement with the people and the businesses and the government of China. Regardless of what professional field you pursue now or will pursue in the future, your deep knowledge and understanding of China will serve you and America very, very well. And that's what Project Pengyou is all about. It's an incredibly terrific idea. As Americans who have studied in China, you have that unique opportunity to play an important role advancing mutual understanding between our countries. And that's why we're looking for your help and your guidance to support President Obama's 100,000 Strong initiative, a program that was launched just over a year ago. And the goal is very, very simple: to significantly increase the number and diversity of Americans studying here in China. China every year sends almost 150,000 students to America, to our colleges and universities. And yet, unfortunately, we send only about 14,000 Americans every year to China for study. We have got to have greater balance. We've got to encourage more American students to come here to explore, to learn the language, the culture, the history, and the customs, if we are truly going to realize the vision and the goal of stronger partnerships between China and the United States, which will be so necessary, as I said, to solve the most pressing problems of the world. The idea of an alumni network for Americans who have studied in China was conceived just a year ago when colleagues at the State Department were brainstorming with friends at the Ford Foundation. And they were talking about how to capture that collective energy and insight of young Americans who have studied here in China. And so we're deeply grateful to the Ford Foundation, and particularly to John Fitzgerald. Where's John? Can't see him in the bright lights here. There's John. Thank you very much. Give John a big round of applause for providing the seed money to get Project Pengyou off the ground. And of course, we're delighted that John introduced all of us to Holly Chang, who is responsible for making Project Pengyou a reality. Where's Holly? There you go. Another big round of applause. An alumni community of Americans who have studied here in China is absolutely essential to the success of 100,000 Strong initiative. And it's going to be through the efforts of the alumni that we achieve not just the immediate goals of the initiative, but also the long-term benefits of the 100,000 Strong initiative. So I very much strongly encourage you to support Project Pengyou. Sign online now and join with your fellow Americans who share an interest in China, but most of all your commitment to improving the U.S.-China relationship. I also encourage you to help us recruit more Americans to share this life-changing experience that you've encountered. American students might not always think about China when thinking about a study abroad, but they should, and you can tell them why. And not just kids from the elite schools or the top research universities. We need young people from all over America, from inner city schools to community college students, from students from historically black colleges, to have a stake in this relationship. With your help, we can build a new generation of stewards of the U.S.-China relations and strengthen our collective capacity to foster constructive relations between the United States and China for years and years to come, indeed decades to come. So thank you all for being here tonight and helping launch and celebrate Project Pengyou. We wish you the very, very best of luck. We need you, and we're counting on you to make not just Project Pengyou, but the 100,000 Strong initiative a great success, and ultimately meeting the challenges that the United States, China, and indeed the world faces. We cannot do it without that cooperation, and you are the key to the success of that. Thank you very much.